How much cardio should you do for a skinny guy? I promise you, if you watch this video till the end, you're gonna learn exactly how to do cardio as a skinny guy to optimize gains, to enhance your gains, and to actually help you gain weight and muscle very, very fast. So why should you listen to me and why should you keep watching this video? Well, I was a complete skinny guy, just like you. This was my starting point, and I finally gained weight and muscle fast. So what I want to do is to give you the exact no BS advice that actually worked for me, because I've tried a bunch of advice from Instagram Reels, YouTube, all that stuff. Most of the advice didn't work, but some worked. That's what I want to do, is to give you the advice that helped me do this transformation. And you can now get my exact meal plans, training programs, and the exact strategy I use to gain weight fast. So click the link below once you're ready. Let's go about cardio. So is cardio going to affect your gains as a skinny guy? Here's the thing. For most people, for you watching this video right now, no. And I'm going to tell you why. Well, you probably cannot do that much cardio and with that much intensity anyway, in order to have an impact on your gains. However, there are some key things such as timing and all that stuff to keep in mind in order to make sure you do not hurt your gains. So, cardio 101. I'll assume you are not an athlete of any kind and you are just a skinny guy who wants to gain weight fast and muscle fast. All right, so I'm gonna do my advice based on this skinny guy who just wants to gain weight and muscle and wants to still be healthy. So let's start with what you should do for cardio. 150 minutes per week. The schedule doesn't really matter. However you schedule it doesn't matter, as long as it's 150 minutes per week added up. How to do it? How to achieve this 150 minutes per week? You can do fast-paced walking outside. You can do by biking, sports, any kind of sports that you like. 15% incline on a treadmill in the gym or elliptical machine. Any of these or a combination of these to make in total 150 minutes per week. So you can do, if you do, someday you do biking, someday you walk a lot, someday you do, let's say, rugby, someday you do some elliptical machine in the gym. If you add up to 150 minutes per week, you're good to go. All right. How hard should you push? Imagine that when you do that cardio, you are talking with someone. Push just enough to be able to maintain a conversation with them. That's the rule. All right. Do not go very, very strict. Sometimes you can go harder. Sometimes you can do slower. If you do not really like doing the cardio, do not make it very strict, because you're not going to be able to maintain that over time. How many calories you will burn? That's the most important question for us as skinny guys, because for us it's very hard to gain weight because we cannot eat a lot and we need to eat a lot of calories in order to be in a surplus. So it's hard enough right now as it is, but if we do more cardio, we're going to burn some calories, so we need to eat more. Now, here's the thing. If you weigh about 150 pounds as a skinny guy, or even less, plus the intensity that I told you above, per 1 hour of doing that, you're going to burn between 200 to 600 calories. Closer to 200 if you are unfit, you've never did cardio in your life. Closer to 600 if you go really hard doing that cardio, and if you're closer to like a more fit person. So if you do 150 minutes per week, you're going to burn about 500 extra to 1,500 calories per week. Here's the timing. The best time to do the cardio is to separate from the weightlifting. If you can do your cardio in the morning and lift weights in the evening, or the other way around, that's great. You don't want to do your cardio just before or just after the workout, all right? So just before your workout, if you do your cardio, that's going to impact your input in the weightlifting. So if you go really hard on cardio just before lifting weights, you're not going to have that much energy to push in lifting weights. If you do just after your workout, what's going to happen is when you lift weights, you're going to activate some systems, all right, for building that muscle, repairing that muscle. When you do cardio, you're activating other systems in the body. So what you're going to do is you're going to deactivate the, let's call them muscle building systems, and you're gonna activate the cardio systems. So that's why you want to separate them. Now, if you do not go that hard, it's okay. If you do 5-10 minutes, that's okay. But I would separate them. So what I would do, exactly what I would do in my situation. So let's say I walk every single day. I do some sports 2 times per week. What I would do, I would start with 30 minutes to 60 minutes of cardio, like I taught you, per week, and just work from there. I don't want to burn a lot of calories, but I still want the benefits of cardio. All right. So here's the conclusion. Cardio will enhance your gains. It's not going to hurt your gains if you do it the right way, the way I taught you in this video. You can train harder if you do cardio. You can recover faster between sets, and you also improve your heart. So I want you to imagine when you do cardio, you're training your heart to pump a lot and then to recover from that. What you do when you train between sets, well, you do a set, you go very, very hard. Your heart pumps very, very, very hard. While you're resting, your heart needs to go down to recover. That's what you do when you do cardio. You train your heart to pump a lot and then to recover, to rest. That's what you need to do between the sets to recover, and that's going to help you recover faster in the set. So you can actually go harder and go faster, have faster workouts. And you also improve your heart, which is basically the engine of the body. Just follow what I said, and you can do your cardio without worries, all right? You don't have to worry about hurting your gains and all that stuff. Now, if you liked this video, then click the link in the description right now. Take action today and stop looking like a boy. That's everything you need. Lay down step-by-step tutorial of what you need to do and become one of these guys who already took action.